All right, starting day 4 on the Great Glen Way. Wonderful stay, wonderful sleep at the Oaklands B&B. Get myself ready. Foggy this morning, but so far I've had really good weather, and every place I have stayed has been wonderful. Get this adjusted, and quickest way to get to the starting point is this way. Because I think I'm on the right side. It's a bit chilly this morning. When I get down here to this corner, I'll pull the phone out. One last look at Loch Ness before I head out on the trail. A little foggy this morning, but such a beautiful little town, Fort Williams. Had a good night's sleep and ready to get the show on the road, as they say. But yeah, he can't even hardly see the boats out there. But had such a wonderful time. And cross over the bridge. And I think the trailhead is kind of over here at the... Let's pull the phone out real quick. Yep, let's go ahead and start the route. So, we've got about 8 miles to do today. Is that really? Another short day? Whew. So we'll follow the road here for a bit and then head off. Nope, we've left the road and are now on the path. So I've decided to take it's the high route, but actually where you make the decision is further up on the trail. We'll see how we're feeling at that point, whether we do high or low route. Just beautiful little foggy morning in the forest. I think this is going to burn off pretty quick as soon as the sun gets up. Yeah, I think this is... I didn't remember this being a short day, but I was looking at the map and it's only 8 miles. So this will be a pretty quick day again. And then our real long day is Drummold Rocket to Inverness. It's like 30 kilometers, something like that. But yeah, a little bit of climbing in the morning. Spider web. Let's make sure I'm actually on the right path here. Yep, says I'm still on the right path. So, just wanted to make sure. Yeah, as soon as this fog burns off, it'll be a beautiful day. We'll take this jacket off at some point. Yeah, a lot of fog, but man, I can kind of see blue sky up there, so doesn't seem to be much cloud, just this fog, and like I said, that'll burn off pretty quick. All right. Let's see. And the Great Glen Way is this way. I think we're kind of at the top of this hill. Man, I really like this little scenery here. A little forest road in the fog. A little bit of misty light peeking through everything. Finally starting to cool off now that I'm not going uphill anymore. So that's good. But let's see, we have come a little over a mile, 1.3 miles. I think last year I took a whole bunch of pictures in this section because I was really liking the forest scenery. Unfortunately, for the most part, the pictures didn't exactly didn't do it justice. Cherry Island is ahead of you. It is the only island in the Loch Ness. This loch is deep, U-shaped trench scoured out by glaciers which left behind no rocks big enough to form islands. The island is actually man-made dwelling known as a crannog, perhaps 2,500 years old. In 1908, Fort Augustus Abbey monk Dom Odo Blundell investigated the crannog. His dives revealed that it was originally around 3 times larger than it looks today. This is because the building of the Caledonian Canal in the early 1800s raised the water level by 1.8 meters, 6 feet, and submerged most of Crannog. Dom Blundell also found that Crannog was built with layers of oak, rubble, stone, which were kept in place by tree trunks set around the edge. The causeway, now underwater, linked the Crannog to the shore. You can still see the remains of the Crannogs in many Scottish lochs, and at low tide around the coast. Perhaps they were built for defense, or to avoid building on precious farming land. Some cranog continue to be used for centuries. For example, we know that Cherry Island was the site of a castle in the 1400s. Huh, gorgeous. Let's take a look. There's a switch off here, and I want to make sure I don't need to go there. No. That looks like it's just a side trail that goes up to. Up to a road. Huh. Alright, on we go. Well, this is where we get to make our decision. High route or low route. And I think I am going to do the high route. This section rises to 33. Let's see, this section rises to 330 meters and is 6.9 miles to Invermoriston. There are some steep ascents, but once you're up, you get breathtaking views of the whole loch and Mondalyeth Mountains on the opposite side of the loch. There have been sightings of peregrine falcons, hen harrier, stone chat, and other rare wildlife, including herds of wild red deer on Burrach Hill above the track. This section, the low route, this section is mostly flat, rises 50 meters above the loch, and is 6.1 miles. So last year I did the high route. I'm curious whether doing the low route would be better, just to see something different, or do the high route again. If this fog burns off, then the view might be better up here. Let's go this way. Up we go. High route it is. The distance isn't terribly different, but you just climb a little bit more. But we're actually quite a bit more. 330 versus 50. Yeah, there's some steep sections here. Come a little bit further down the road, and I came across this little babbling brook. It's pretty. You take a break and really pretty down here. Yep. I can see blue sky starting to peek through. That is good. Means when we get to the top of this hill and up into the on the top, we'll be able to see the loch below us. But just gorgeous. Well, this is kind of interesting. There's a tree that has fallen over, but man, you can see the rock that was hiding underneath it. So, tilt this down a little bit. So you can kind of see the rock. Big old chunky rock hiding under this. That was, wind came along and it didn't have enough holding it in, other than that rock, so it didn't grab onto it, and over it went. It was pretty cool though. Well, kind of out towards the top here. It is now gorgeous. Nice view. I'm about to take my jacket off here because it's going to start to get warm. But I don't know where I am on the map because the Max Adventure app decided to crash on me. I can't get it to reload. But according to my watch, I've come, let's see, 2.6 miles. And actually it's going to get a lot easier now that I'm up at the top. It's a total of like a little over 8 miles. So I'm going to try to get up here and see if I can get the map app to reopen, so I can kind of get a gauge on how exactly how much further I have. But I'm not sure if it kind of crapped out because I was down in that valley and it couldn't get a GPS signal. I don't know. I've never had to do that. I switched to the camera app to take a picture, and when I came back, it wouldn't reload the map. So I don't know. Either way, the app hasn't been super great this go around because apparently there was a settings change. So the first couple of days didn't track anything because it wasn't using GPS when I had the app in the background. But man, you can see that fog layer down there is what I was coming out of. So the clouds are down low. Let's see. Maybe if I take a picture here. Oh, there it goes. Finally loaded. And of course it says I haven't traveled any distance, so yeah, I think I've only traveled 1.01 miles, but distance remaining is only 5.5. Yeah, I don't know. The app is a little bit wonky. I don't remember having those kinds of problems last time, but I don't know whether it's the new version. Oh yeah, that'll work. Alright, so this is, I think, pretty much the top of the climb for today. So now I'm up above the walk, which is hidden behind those clouds down there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Much different from last year when I did this. Last year, I think it was cloudy, but it was not raining anyway. But the landscape is gorgeous. And now for most of the rest of the today will be just kind of flat along this stuff, and then we descend back down and meet where that low route was. But I'm in no rush. I finally got the map working. I've got like less than 6 miles to go to the hotel, so I don't have nearly as much to do. But yeah, I don't remember there being 2 easy days in a row. But yeah, that's the way it worked out. There's 2 easy days, and then but that couple from California, I don't know. They went past Fort Augustus, so I don't know if they went all the way into where I'm going tonight, or I don't think so, because I think their map said 13 miles that they were going to go. So I don't know exactly where they stopped. I kind of remember there was like a town in between here. So when I get off of this, you kind of pass through a small town, and that might be where they stayed last night, which would make kind of sense, because I think they were going about 3 miles more than what I did, And if they took the low route, then that might explain why. Just on the way Max Adventure booked them, or found accommodations for them. But yeah, having a 10-mile day and then a 9-mile day, that's 2 easy days in a row. It kind of sets you up for a pretty easy, or less hard day when it gets to Drummond Rock and to Inverness, which I remember that one being a little bit rough. But last year when I did that, I was kind of battling a cold. Like, it had kind of gone through the group of us. And by the time I got to Drummond Rock that morning, I could feel it coming on. And I thought, well, if I'm going to make a push and get all the way through, I was going to have to do it that day. So I hiked all the way through, which is what I'm going to do again this year. So look across the, yeah, I can't get over that view. It's pretty. It's sparse, but it's really, really pretty against that. And then you turn around and suddenly you're like mountains on the other side, the water underneath. It's just absolutely fabulous. It might not be, Dad, it might not be sheep hunting in Alaska, but it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. And I can't wait for next year with Lisa and Isle of Skye. Well, when I say I'm at the top, I'm not actually at the top, but we're getting there. Looking back the way we've come, still, it just gets more beautiful every step you take. You get a little further up, a little different view. But this is absolutely the most beautiful country, I think. It's got a mix of everything. It's got this wide open grassland area, trees down in the below, the sheep in the fields. It's just perfect. I don't know. I think it's where the Beatsons came from. Maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. Well, now I think I'm past the top. So, heading down. It's been gorgeous. I can see the end. I don't know if it's not going to show up on the video, but I can see where the cloud layer ends. And we can see the lock again. But, man, and then down below I can see where the trail is winding around down there. So, it's always nice when you can see the trail ahead for quite a ways. It means you're coming down. Whew. That's been beautiful. lock, but the cloud layer has burned off. So, man, I think it's kind of been my favorite day so far. I'm kind of in the swing of things. My legs are feeling great. Just can't beat it. And we're 4.6 miles in. So the hard work is quickly coming to an end for the day. And most of it's going to be downhill now. Flat downhill. These little birds flying all over the place. They're pretty cool. But yeah, since we came out of the forest, this is kind of what it's looked like. It's sunny and grassy. Kind of like above tree line in Colorado. I think they said I've passed the highest point quite a ways back, but on the app. But you still have these little ups and downs that you gotta go through. Coming up to another one of these little climb over a little ridge. I'm glad I brought the poles this time. And the more I've thought about it, I'm not sure we actually did the high route last year. Since I've been walking it, I don't remember this. I think it may have been closed last year, and we had to do the low route. So, these ferns have all kind of turned this golden color. It's pretty. I guess coming up on fall. I'm curious if they actually have much in the way of fall colors up there. Most of the trees seem to be an evergreen style, so they're always green, but every now and then you got trees like that are that tree there that's, but they haven't turned yet. Still up above the lock, but man, this is just, I couldn't ask for a better day. Got some boats down on the lock. Everything is just going smoothly. Let's see here. We've gone 5.68 miles in, a little under 2.5 hours. Just kind of poking along, going at my own pace today. When the weather is this good, there's no reason to rush. Every time I turn the camera off, something even more beautiful comes up. I just can't believe how pretty this is. It's it's just beautiful. It's kind of like you can't quite get words for it. In fact, I kind of can see what I think was here. I'm gonna take the camera off the mount, but so if you look way down there, there's a kind of a forest road running along the tree line down there below that area of cut forest stuff. That is the low route, and that's what I remember from this day. So we were down there below on that tree line last year, and now I got to do the high route. So I just can't believe how beautiful this is. I think today's video is going to be kind of long because I just keep stopping to video. And that's the trail on up. Onward we go. Yeah, I've kind of come out into an area that's been cleared the forest, but yeah, down there along that tree line there, you can see a path, and that's where we hiked last year. So now it's kind of coming down into where this trail will meet that trail down there somewhere. But well, we've come out of where all the forestry work had been done, back into the shade of the woods, and it's all pretty steep downhill now as it works its way back down to the low route. There's quite a bit of vertical distance to get down before you join that route. I think we had gone up like 330 meters. It'll be interesting to see what my fitness app says today as far as how many calories I burned. I'm guessing it was quite a few. This is where I am so glad I brought the poles this year. Holy cow. This is murder on your knees. I don't know, Mom. You think you could do this? Lisa and I are coming back in October of next year. You can join us. Well, I think this is where the low route meets the high route. Yeah, and the low route would have come down this road. Yeah, but the low route side section is flat. So let's see here. Turn this down. So what I did was, at that fork, we went up the highway, and now we're meeting back down here. So yeah, last year when I did this trip, we did take the low route. I couldn't remember, and I'm pretty sure now that I was thinking about it, while I was coming down, they had it closed probably because of all that logging they were doing. And now that they're done with that, this is opened. Because I remember there was something in the saying that it would be open this year, or at this time of year. So anyway, perfect. So I am probably not very far from the end of the day here. Well, I've made it into the next town, and what a beautiful place. I'm done hiking for the day. I think, if I remember correctly, just like a short